Don't hold expectations for yourself. Do not hold expectations for your partner. Just try and be okay with the way that you handle sadness and grief.
Yo, what is going on, Warband? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video, and on today's show, we're looking at a video submission through the Patreon titled Dealing with Heartbreak/Breakup Tips. But before we crack into it, guys, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord if you haven't already. The link is in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel, a great way to do that is through the Patreon, so go and check that out as well. And I will also be answering some frequently asked questions at the end of the video. But let's see what she has to say.
Secondly, I know this seems like a big no-brainer, but probably one of the most important tips is cut off all contact. Whether you had an amicable breakup or it was nasty and not very good, having contact just leaves things dragging on and can be really ouchy for your own heart.
You guys want to know? Here's what happens. Okay, a girl will continue to stalk your social media and continue to hang around in the backgrounds if she doesn't receive your validation at the end. See, a lot of guys will go through breakups and it'll be a lot of, oh, I'm sorry, I this, I that, and the guy will try and supplicate at the end, and all that does is it makes it so much easier for her to walk away. A lot of guys want to get in arguments with women. They want to get in discussions. They want to try and convince. Guys, we're not here to convince people of anything. If people want to stay in your life, they will. If they meet your requirements, okay? Guys, don't be convincing people to stay in your life that don't want to be there. But if you want to, if you would like to make it hard for a girl to move on, you just don't give her validation at the end. Right? Because she'll always want that validation, and that's how you see girls get imprinted for years, is they're still seeking that validation that they never got, so they'll always be stalking that guy on social media until they can't, basically. But let's continue.
Best thing you can do is give each other space, so whether you have to delete their number, block them on Instagram so you're not tempted to go and look at their social media profile.
Girls have multiple Instagram accounts. If they want to, they will still stalk you. It doesn't matter if they say they've blocked you.
Don't get drunk and think, I'm going to call them and it's going to make it all better. I promise you, doing those things is not going to help. It just makes the moving on progress more dragged out and harder to kind of move forward with your life.
You see, the reason why this girl knows this is because she's done it before, right? It's because girls will often hit up their exes, guys. A lot of it's been talked about a lot on this side of the internet. But there's a reason why you don't want to have a girlfriend. If you're still into commitment, that is, you don't want to be having a girlfriend who is friends with her ex or has a lot of guy friends. There's a very good reason we say that, because oftentimes there's attraction still there.
Okay, sorry, I've just closed the door because I didn't want it to be too noisy for you guys. So I know it might seem a bit aggressive, but blocking each other on social media can actually be quite a positive thing, because then you are not tempted at all to stalk their profile. Lurking
That's just not true at all. You'll still stalk Chad's profile. It doesn't matter if you block him. We all know you have 4 Instagram accounts. A lot of people have multiple Instagram accounts. They will still find a way to watch what the other person's doing.
On their social media is not going to help at all, I promise. It just brings up emotions of sadness, and it makes it all harder. 3, this is my favorite tip, and I think this is what helped me through my breakup the most, was trust. Trust within myself, trust within the universe, trust.
Man, I just want to make it through one video. Just one video where we don't bring the universe into it. You know what I mean? It's um you see, this stuff that I talk about with the astrology, for example, with the spirituality, guys, it's no joke, right? It's a recurring uh red flag, I would say. Spirituality is not. You'll get a lot of girls who do. If you guys know what tarot readings are, Tarot, the card readings. Um, Very concerning stuff, guys, when you hear that sort of language. But anyway.
that this was all happening for a good reason, for a positive reason. When you're going through a breakup, that can often be the last thing that you feel, and that you feel any positivity. I think trusting is the most important part of this whole process. If you can look from above and kind of see, okay, I know this feels really shit right now, but just like anything in life, you know, on more of a spiritual basis for me, when it's the saying, everything happens for a reason. For me, with my breakup, I just had to trust that I knew what was right for myself, that it was the right thing to walk away, and I needed to fully commit to listening to myself and trusting that it was right. Okay, point number.
Like, I can't speak for everyone here watching at the moment, of course, but I prefer not to adopt this whole the universe has a plan type thing. I prefer not to adopt the idea that you know, everything happens for a reason. I really cannot. That does not compute with me, right? Things happen for a reason, yes, but to sit there and say, you know, it's a, it's like a lot of these girls, like the relationship will end, and then it becomes a talk about, oh well, what kind of behavior am I willing to put up with? What kind of, and then they walk into the next relationship and they want to set up all these boundaries for the next guy, right? To me, there's not a whole lot of spirituality going on there, right? It's just, you know, it's it's just a progression of relationships, really. But yeah, a lot of these girls will carry the newfound boundaries that they have into the next relationship, and they, you know, as they get older, they approach the need for security, for example. Maybe they've got a couple of kids in tow, then they'll start to have the boundaries for the subsequent guys, right? It's not as grand as this, in my opinion.
Number 4, be real with yourself, be honest with yourself. Really, Cardia, you have to hold yourself so accountable while you're going through a breakup. It can be so easy when you know, you're having a bad day and you're feeling really sad, and or you're just missing that company of someone, and you're going back through your old photos with them and your memories, and you think, oh, everything was so great, oh my god, how fun, remember when we did that, like, oh my god, I miss them, they're like, I don't even, like, fuck, like, this situation sucks, blah blah blah. You have to be so real with yourself and really look in the mirror at that point and go, okay, but why did it fall to shit? What was the bad things in the relationship? Don't forget about that thing. Don't forget about, you didn't like when he did that, or you didn't like when she did that. The fighting, the, you know, just the hardships within that. You have to, I know it's bad to like bring up negative stuff, but if you start spiraling in loneliness and you're just like, oh my god, I just miss that person, you just want them back because that's habitual to you. You have to remember why it didn't work.
Guys, I want to bring up a point here. There's a lot we could talk about there, but I want to bring up the point of the arguments. I've said on this channel before, it is a waste of time to argue with girls, and I stand by that 100%. If you are wasting your time arguing with a girl, just recognize that that's what you're doing. You're wasting your time. You're not going to be able to sit there and logically convince her of, you know, some new way of seeing things. If you guys feel otherwise, feel free to tell me in the comments anytime you've sat down and tried to have a rational discussion, you know, perhaps when she was emotional about something, and you just let me know how that conversation went. I don't imagine she sat down and went, you know what, you're right, I can see it from your perspective. I really don't think that'd happen. But a lot of the arguments, again, it also, in my opinion, arguments also decrease attraction most of the time because guys get caught in their head. They're trying to convince the girl, they become all emotional, and it's just kind of game over from there. Um, but a lot of the times where girls are highly attracted to the guy and they have arguments, what she really means is that the guy will often gaslight her. Now, if you don't know what gaslighting is, I'm aware of it. It's a bit of a popular term thrown around at the moment, bit of a buzzword, but it is actually a thing that happens. So give that a Google, guys. But basically, gaslighting someone basically means that you're encouraging them to doubt their own sanity and what events actually happened. And a lot of these girls will get into relationships where the guy Chad just basically gaslights them one time after the other, and it gets them all in their like in their emotions, kind of thing. And unfortunately, as bad as it is to say, it does increase attraction, right? But anyway, I think we're gonna leave today's video there, guys. I will answer a few questions as well that I keep seeing recurring in the comments. But on your way out, guys, feel free to subscribe, comment your thoughts to today's video, and if you'd like to support the channel, great ways to do that through the PayPal and the Patreon links in the description. But to answer a few frequently asked questions, because I do see them a lot, the intro song that I use for the videos, it is not a song, it is a beat that I threw together. It has no name or anything like that. Nobody's singing on it. It's just a beat that I threw together for the intro of the channel. The outro song is Stevie Rain. I believe it's either Easy or Renegade, and the old intro is Stevie Rain, either Easy or Renegade as well. So if you guys see people in the comments asking those questions about what the intro song is, just let them know. It's just something I threw together. It's not an actual song. I will be making a beat store later on for those of you guys who have asked me how can I cop the beats and stuff like that. I'll be making a beat store on the website later on. But we're going to leave today's video there, boys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Yo, boys, it's Taylor here. I just want to say thank you if you've made it to the end of the video, and if you've been enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe on your way out, join the Discord, and check out the Patreon link in the description. See you boys in the next one.
Talking too much in the gum and they're missing it. Had to put myself together, we can compose you, follow my heart. Alright, I used to ride in the back of the bus.